keep California cowgirls from vanishing.
Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show, training our horses and miniature cows in ranch versatility. Penning Rusty and Susie, our bull and heifer. Roping Rusty with Morgan horse Semi. Training Eve to drive cart. Training Eve to work over her haunches with a motor cow simulator. Training Eve to lay down. Training Eve to harness, pull a log. Training Semi to harness, pull a log on turf. Jumping at liberty to music, making our Morgan horses our partners. Training Eve on a cow roping simulator. Training on our driveway, which is covered by sand, so we have a straight track. Stepping over poles, jumping over crossbar jumps. Training in our trail obstacles area. Semi on the big steps. Morgan horse Sadie doing obstacles rainlessly.
Semi drives a cart. Sadie pulls a log. Sadie learns to pull a cart. Miniature zebu heifer Susie learns to drive a cart. Bull Rusty learns to pull a harrow. Morgan mare Sadie walked slower than usual for a couple days, then showed lameness, as seen in these video clips.
June 23rd, and I have been suspecting that Sadie's off in some way, but we can't seem to get any response from hoof testers. But Brianna, see if you can move her out. Does she feel warm at all? And do you feel the pulse? We think the problem's in the left front, but she's lifting both hooves for us.
The pulse is normal as far as I can tell. She is warm in this area and down here a little bit. The left side seems to be tighter than the right side, a lot more hardened in this area. She's just not really...
Okay, move her out. Let's see what she moves like. Definitely limping.
She's not giving any visible response to pressure anywhere on the shoulder or the leg.
Okay, Brianna, why don't you come and do the camera. Follow me and her. I'm going to try to get her to move out on her own.
She is giving more resistance to having her left front leg picked up today.
Yeah.
Okay, now Brianna and I are going to go and try to hoof test her, and you know, we're trying to squeeze as hard as we can. I have called Lawrence to see if he'll come by and give me his opinion. I will give her her butte this morning, And this afternoon, 1 gram each. No, actually this morning I'll give her 2 because of what we're seeing. Put your knee under her knee, yeah, and squeeze as hard as you can.
Definitely tensing.
The point is, are you getting a knee jerk?
Yes.
It's not visible to me.
What like she's jerking her knee forward?
To you, yeah, to your knee. Her knee to your knee. Getting away from the pressure. Wait, I'm going to reset the camera to the other side. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm going to reset the camera to the other side. Okay, let's go. Try again.
No real response.
Okay, no obvious knee jerk. Come on, I'll reset the camera to this side.
Oh, okay.
She's hearing her herd mates across the street, and that's what you're seeing when you see her head and ears go up. Okay, come on to this side, Brianna. Go ahead, just drop the line. I think she's okay. So that's the right front. What's your opinion, Brianna?
I'm not sure if it's response to the hoof testers, but she is leaning backward and forward, especially as I picked up this leg. She did it very quickly. The other side, she didn't start leaning until I was about to put her hoof down.
Okay, let's do it again. And then we'll upload this and see if we need to have Lawrence or Kristen out. In the meantime, though, I am going to be giving Butte. I assume that's what would be recommended at this point.
That's the leaning I'm talking about.
Okay, let's go to the other side again. Left front, she's just being curious on what's down there, I think. I might go lift her head. I'll lift her head. Here we go.
No more response. Definitely more response on the right side, but I'm not sure it's because of the hoof testers. I think it's because she's uncomfortable putting too much weight on this front left foot for too long.
Okay, we're walking her out now, out of the arena. Definitely favoring something. Okay, we're gonna just let her graze out here and keep an eye on her. I hope I'll be in touch with Kristen and Lawrence soon.
The veterinarian viewed the 62310 video clips. She suggested poultice for the right hoof. Then the farrier came to investigate further for a possible abscess.
Here comes Sadie to be investigated by my farrier, Lawrence Hurst. Look at Sadie limping. Now this morning I didn't see the limp. It's really hard to confirm, it's really hard to diagnose, and that's why I'm doing this show. Lawrence is an expert at what he does. Do you want her to move out, or should we just take...
No, it's pretty obvious where it is.
Okay.
We can tell that.
We're going to take the cavallos off. We had her poulticed on the right foot last night because my vet who viewed my video suggested that what she saw was a possible abscess. And I have included that video, those video clips on this show so that you can see how one investigates to try to figure out what's wrong. This is something that we've suspected for about 3-4 days because Sadie was walking a lot slower than what she used to walk, but yet we didn't see a lameness. And then all of a sudden yesterday we saw a lameness. We took out the video camera, we uploaded the video, we poulticed overnight, and she was pretty good overnight. I watched her move around quite a bit. Do you want us to clean that? Should I bring a...
I got towels and stuff.
Okay. That's the poultice that you're seeing on her right hoof. This one is called Mag 60 paste, magnesium sulfate. This one, which I may put on today, is a poultice pad that has poultice already in it. You have to follow the instructions about soaking it. Now Lawrence has his mic on, so he can tell us what he's seeing, feeling, thinking. This is so mysterious, this kind of investigation, that I decided it was well worth an educational video. It appears that he's feeling for a pulse now. Of course, one of the most frightening thoughts is that laminitis is upon us, or will be upon us if we don't do something about the favoring.
There's a pulse in that foot. Not terrible, but there you can feel it pounding, and it's not in the other one. Can't really check for heat because she was poulticed, so of course this foot is hot. But it's been wrapped up, so it's going to be hot.
I didn't check the heel, as Lawrence is.
See that little knee?
Yeah. And so that's another reason I thought this video...
Not so much on the outside. Inside heel, and right there, we've got something there. Yes.
Yeah. Now, do you feel...
Now up there, when you see it in this area, quite often it can just be, you know, bruising or something. That is just like kind of a thin-soled horse.
Well, she's definitely responding to that. You have a much better hoof tester than I do. I think maybe I should get a better one.
Let me just check the other one.
If there is an abscess, would you expect a pulse?
Yes. Abscesses, I was glad to see that you had taken her off the butte because that'll mask it.
Butte will mask, so even though it helps you and the horse to live free of discomfort, it can mask what you need to know is really going on. So she hasn't been on butte for 24 hours. We last gave her 2 grams in the morning yesterday,
big
and
girl.
it is now in the morning today, Thursday.
Be a little braver than that. Okay, I'm just going to check the foot she's not lame on to see where I get the same reactions. Nothing at the heels. Okay, a little sensitive there. So she's a little thin-soled, but it's not as violent as she was on the other one.
And then isn't it true that you always, when you come to trim, feel that she's got a little pocket there, she's a little thin-soled there?
Yes.
In the front, at the toe?
Yes.
So you kind of have to know the history of your horse too when you start diagnosing. You know, baseline. What was it before she started favoring? Before she started moving slowly? Are you already looking for an abscess, Lawrence?
Yeah, I'm looking for a dirt pocket that doesn't belong there.
My horses are not shod unless I have to, but we're very careful to groom every day and to clean out the hooves. And if we have a dirt pocket that we suspect could cause a problem, we treat it and clean it out. But you know how it goes when you have an opening into the body and a pesky bacteria causes an itis, an inflammation. We're having a little bit of a focus problem. I did yesterday too.
Just on going in, I mean it's fine right now, but just on, if I were to zoom in.
Okay.
What he's doing there,
Okay, because I didn't anticipate this problem, we're just going to have to live with it. This is very important footage. You can still see what's happening, although it's not a clear image. Sadie is my Morgan mare, born to Eve, my other Morgan mare. And although I lose track of time, I'm guessing Sadie's about 5 or 6 years old. I'd have to go get her papers to be sure. My fear is that Lawrence won't find anything.
Well, so far I'm not.
Yeah, and so far he's
all the
not.
normal areas are clean.
See, then the next question is, what's next?
I would talk to Kristen, but I'd continue to heat it up because if it is an abscess, that'll usually bring it out. See, I can get some soul give here just with my thumbs, which shouldn't be.
But that's true when you trim too, isn't it, or not?
Well, yes, but if you're constantly bruising the foot, you know, if they're tender, there's always a chance that the bone is actually getting bruised instead of just the tissue. And once the bone's bruised, then that lasts a lot longer.
Okay.
That's medical term is pedialylitis. The bone actually starts suffering from constant pounding. Although on her, I would expect, if it was that, to see it on both front feet. So obviously they've both been going the same place her whole life.
And Brianna, you were treating a little hole for quite a while, and we thought we had that under control. Which foot was it in? Do you remember?
It was this front left one.
The front left, not the right.
Oh no, it was the right.
The front right one. So it could be. We had a hole that we were treating every day, cleaning out very carefully every day, and you were spraying.
I was using a combination of Robic and tea tree oil, and also the Furazone on top of it to keep it compact down in the hole, the cotton down in the hole.
So Lawrence, what's the next step, in your opinion?
Well, I do think this one is in the foot. You know, you can see definition to her tendons here. Normally, if it's a little higher up, this definition disappears. So I'm thinking this one is in the foot, but it's not evident yet where it is or where it wants to come out. Since it's only really affecting one hoof right now, I'm kind of thinking and hoping that it's not laminitis again. But she's had that problem before, so of course there's always that chance.
I wanted to ask you maybe if we should ask Kristen. We've cut the horse's feed dramatically from about 18 pounds down to 10 or 12. And Eve and Semi have both lost. Semi's lost about 20 pounds and Eve's lost about 30, 35. But Sadie hasn't lost anything. Do you think? I think.
And they're fed separately? So
Yeah,
she could
oh,
be
absolutely.
picking out on somebody else's.
Absolutely fed separately.
It just hit me last night that that's weird. That's strange. So I don't know.
That is
maybe
odd.
Contribute to it, or
Well, you'd have to draw blood to check that. I mean, they're all on the Harrow stuff, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe I mean, when they've got insulin problems, it's kind of like the thyroid conditions that causes them to founder too. Sometimes it doesn't matter what you feed them, their body isn't processing it right. So, you know, skinny guy can eat a candy bar and get away with it, a fat guy can't, you know. And it's,
Yeah, my horses all get Hayrow. They are old style Morgans. They are prone to EMS, equine metabolic syndrome. So we've been treating them for several years with Hayrow in an enriched 32 with wetted beef pulp mix each day, H-E-I-R-O.
you can see the pinkness over here. You know,
Which means what to you?
She could just be very severely bruised because it's got dirty again. But
can you zoom in on that, Orion, or come closer? I can move your caddy closer.
When she was laminitic, and you can still see a little bit of separation here at the lamina. You're a good girl. You could see this lamina here has no redness to it until you get over here. So she could just be very severely bruised, which would actually, for as lame as she is, be best case scenario.
Yeah, it kind of makes me say, whew, if that's our best guess.
If this was all red, I would think she's foundering again on you. But see, that's the old tissue. That's old dead tissue there. The redness is all over here. And usually, if it's bruising from hitting something hard, it takes, 10 days to 2 weeks for us to be able to see it when it changes color like that. It's not like a human bruise where you get whacked and you immediately have a bruise. It takes them a while.
Which could explain why she was starting to walk slower about 4 or 5 days ago.
Yes. That's why I always tell my trail riding clients, the horse will tell you what's going on, because if they've always moved at a certain thing and all of a sudden they're not doing that,
right. And you recall,
something's going wrong.
You recall I emailed you and Kristen, my vet, and I said, heads up, you guys, there's something different going on here, but I don't see it yet. So Lawrence, I know it's a best guess scenario. Should we just poultice with the cavallos?
Yeah, and if you have, I would put a lot of cotton on the bottom of that hoof.
I am. I brought my cotton out. Let me show.
I'd really pat it in case it is just bruising and that you can almost see a difference as soon as she gets convinced that you've helped her some. And if that's the case, on a permanent solution, you could stick on a shoe with a pad and that would protect her.
Yeah.
Or you'd have to wear those even when she's turned out.
Yes. Okay, she's okay with those cavallos. She had them on overnight. They're pretty nice. What I'd like to do, Lawrence, I've never used one of these pads. Have you?
No.
It's a pad with poultice in it. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to turn off the camera. And we're gonna let's read the instructions together. This is educational. Here's the cotton that we'd use. And by the way, Sadie's cavallo sizes is size 2, but I also have a size 3, and I'm pretty sure with this extra cotton we're going to need to use the larger cavallo. So these are cavallo boots. They're great for trail riding and temporary support, and easy to put on because they completely open up like this. Okay, so here's what we're supposed to do. I'm going to use this today. Gently clean application area. Okay, Lawrence just did that. If you either hot or cold wet this pad to get the poultice out. Do you have any preference, Lawrence, hot or cold? Because I do have hot water nearby.
Does the poultice create heat on its own?
I assume so. I don't know. When saturated, gently squeeze out excess water. Position poultice plastic backing away from the animal. Cover poultice completely with 3M vet wrap and bandaging tape. And both Kristen, my vet, and Lawrence, my farrier, have suggested in addition we use this cotton.
Nice. Stop. Hey, stop.
These are sheets of cotton.
Watch your noggin, she's shaking her head. Yeah. Behave. Sorry, you get no choice.
And while Lawrence is doing what he's doing, I'm going to go and get some hot water for my poultice pad.
That's just kind of checking cap refill when they get really sick. You can make their skin white and then it doesn't turn red quite as rapidly because the blood's not flowing well. But she seems, in that respect, seems to be good. And you always check for dehydration, which your skin goes right back. I was hoping she would stand a little bit better with this towel under there if it was just that she's bruised and that foot's sore. But she was doing about the same thing.
Yeah.
Kind of cute that she was trying to rip the towel out from under her foot, but I think that has nothing to do with the lameness issue. Yeah, it is weird. So the others, you've noticed a drop in weight when she's cut the feed way back, and not on her, huh?
Yeah, Semi went down from about 950 to 920, and Eve's gone down from about 930 to 895. So, and Sadie has stuck constant at 947 for probably 6 or 7 weeks now.
To be continued in Part 2. Our cast of characters: Sadie and Eve, Semi, Rusty, and Susie. Heifer calf Sela. For more information, www.cowgirlchannel.com.